And time to welcome Jordan Richards from the screening room. So you got a big thing coming up, a big festival coming up.
We do. So it is the 24th annual Kingston Canadian Film Festival. It's going to run from the 28th of February to, I believe, March 2nd, so just that weekend. All kinds of programming, all kinds of really exciting stuff. For me, I guess the thing that there's a couple things I'm really excited about, but the thing that I'm the most excited about is a movie called Seven Veils. Stars Amanda Seyfried, and it's about this theater director who is putting on this Strauss opera, but it's really a psychological thriller about her sort of dealing with something. Don't really know what it is, but the thing that's really exciting about it is it's directed by a guy named Adam McGoyan. For those of you who don't know, Adam McGoyan, very legendary Canadian filmmaker. He's won all kinds of prizes at Cannes. He's been nominated for an Academy Award twice. He's going to be in the building.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So what's interesting is at the screening room, we very much function as a venue, right? So when something like KCFF comes along, they say, here's the program, here's what we're going to do, and you kind of thumb through it, and you're like, oh, this is this. And so I know all collectively, myself and Wendy, our owner, and a couple other employees were just, looking through things, and it was like this breaking news announcement on Instagram that he was going to be there. And we all just had this collective moment of like, wait, what?
Here in our presence?
He's like, so we're all really excited about that. But I will say, as far as the festival goes in general, there are a lot of great movies. And the thing that I would really implore people, if they are interested in coming to the festival, is that, and something that I really like about film festivals, because I think it's not a surprise to anyone, I'm a big nerd. So whenever...
No, not you.
Well, no, yeah, I'm very cool. But not even necessarily KCFF, but your TIFFs, your cons, your whatever. One of the most exciting parts about those are when those lineups come out. Because what you get is you get a list of movies, you get a single shot, like a single frame, you get the production, who's directing, who's in it, and a blurb. And it leads to this excitement of once you actually go and see these films and discover them, you don't really know what you're going to get. You might have an idea. So I think if you're interested in the festival, you should start there.
Okay.
Because it is such a rewarding experience. I know I have a couple where I was like, you take a gamble on something and the thing starts and you're just completely awestruck and you don't realize that press and trailers and all of these different materials sort of not necessarily determine how you might feel about a movie, but give you a kind of understanding of something that you know what you're going to get. Whereas if you're completely, knocked off your feet by a movie, without any expectations, it can be one of the most rewarding experiences, I would say, ever.
The ones that can stay with you.
Yeah.
You're walking home and then the next day, and it just something about them just keeps coming back to you. They're just so profound.
100%.
Yeah. And a number of them have something to do with Kingston.
The thing that's really exciting to me about KCFF and sort of Kingston in general, and I think it's something I may have mentioned before, but Kingston is really making an effort to become a film city. For those of you who don't know, there is a film office now. There are films that shoot in Kingston. And so I was looking through, obviously, as I said, we're just the venue. So I was looking through, I was like, what looks interesting? And I started to notice a few things. I noticed that for the first time ever, there are 3 different local shorts packages. Normally there's one. There's an expansion there of just people who have cameras and they want to tell stories. We've got that going on. There's the Slate Music Video Initiative, which I did go to last year and had a really good time at it. So it's a grant that they're giving to bands and production companies in Kingston.
Yes, right.
So it's like $2,000. Basically, if you're a band or if you're a production company, you can apply for this and they'll match you. They'll give you $2,000. Go make a music video. Go do your thing. And then there's this big showcase and they vote for the best one. But it's this opportunity, to build this, essentially a short film and music video. You're making a 4-minute commitment. You've got a budget. You've got all these resources. You've got all these people excited. You're getting to build something there. They also have this thing this year, because next year's going to be the 25th anniversary, called, I believe it's 25 years, 25 minutes. This is happening at the Broom Factory, and there's going to be a $25,000 grant.
That is substantial.
Yes. So they've invited 5 local filmmakers, who are going to pitch to an audience. And they get 5 minutes each. Here's my movie. Here's why it matters. And that crowd is going to determine who gets it. And they're then tasked to make that short and then present it next year.
Now, that's cool.
Yeah, we're seeing all these really cool initiatives that are, as someone who, yes, I love as an exhibitor, yes, I work at the screening room, but as someone who has a filmmaking background, seeing the city really rally around this idea and around this hope that there can be a real growth here for not just the exhibit, not just showing movies, but presenting them and creating them here.
That's pretty cool.
It's super cool.
Well, and you say film background, you've got a little connection with one of the films
I
as
do.
well, so we'll see your name on the credits.
Yes,
Right.
on Thursday, February 29th at 9:30 at the screening room, there's a movie called Kill Victoria. It was a film that was shot on Treasure Island, shot in Napanee, and then locally in Kingston. Huge local crew, a budget film. It's sort of a, let's call it like a snarky thriller. Your setup is a group of friends always get together every year, and they go on a retreat together. They go out to a cottage, but one of their friends has a girlfriend they don't like. And the title of the movie is Kill Victoria. So I can let you kind of figure out what sort of thing they start to devise. But it's really twisty, and we might turn it on its head a little bit. But for me, I haven't gotten that kind of experience to. I think the whole thing's gonna be super surreal, of like sitting in the screening room and watching the movie.
That must be,
And just and also sort of at the same time kind of looking around and making sure like no one's spilling popcorn. I'm watching the movie. I'm making sure I don't have to sweep that. Like it'll be a whole thing. But I'm really excited about that because. Like you'd mentioned earlier, it's one of several features that either are Kingston related or, shot by Kingston sort of, adjacent people. The big one, and this was a huge surprise to me, is they're showing the film Past Lives, which is a Oscar-nominated movie. It's actually nominated for Best Picture. Turns out the director has a Queen's psychology degree.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Right? There's another movie called Place of Bones that not only is a Queen's alumni, but she also went to KCVI, stars Heather Graham. These things are happening. These things are really exciting. So the festival kind of getting this opportunity to not only showcase the best in Canada, I mean, it is the Canadian Film Festival. All of these films have Canadian origins. But now seeing that there are 9 different features, I believe it's 8 or 9, as opposed to last year where there was 2 or 3, seeing that exponential growth, seeing all of these initiatives exist, it's just such an exciting thing.
Well, and what a great venue. Three screens.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, I mean, there's all kinds of venues too. We do the bulk of the screenings. There are also events at the Broom Factory. There are events at the Grand Theater. Their opening night gala will be there. Some of these, the thing with the pitching, that's at the Broom Factory. There's all kinds of things going on. But at the theater itself, I think that's where the bulk of the screenings are.
And it's kind of fun, you kind of overdose on movies for a weekend, but you go from one theater to another, and just trying to get there in time, and plan your tickets. And speaking of tickets, there's how many films in total? I actually don't have that number off the top of my head. I believe there's about 40 or 50 different events. Oh boy! So you can't take them all in.
No, you definitely can't take them all in. And I know that some of the sort of marquee stuff, there are already sellouts. So if you are interested in if you are interested in the film festival, go to kingcanfilmfest.com. There they have a comprehensive breakdown. There you'll have your schedule, you'll have your lineups. They do a really good job at sort of detailing essential information and giving you a sense of what you're going to see. And they have a super comprehensive ticket platform, and you'll be able to pick and choose what you'd like to do. I know there's also pass options.
I was going to say that usually they're a pretty good deal. If you want to turn your weekend over to going to movies, that it's a pretty good deal. You get a free. It works out to a few free entries.
I believe
if
so.
If you buy a pass.
Now keep in mind, single tickets will, if it's a really huge event, single tickets could dominate it, and with the pass, sometimes there are sellouts. I don't super know how that works. Once again, we're just very much the venue. But yeah, you can get this pass, you can get all of these different opportunities, and it's just, you know, there's an atmosphere to the theater that I love the place. It is always exciting. But in the film festival, with all of these, you know, filmmakers and people coming in and out, and, you know, a red carpet in the lobby downstairs, and all of these bells and whistles, it just adds and makes it a little bit more experiential than it already is.
And these are people who really like films, who go to this, not just the ones who, let's go to a movie tonight, you know, what's on. So if people want to know more about this, can the screening room, or should they?
I would say kingcanfilmfest.com.
Okay, we'll put that up on the screen.
Yeah, we'll do that. Just because, like I said, we are the venue, but they take care of it.
Okay.
But super comprehensive. They'll tell you everything you need to know. And honestly, if you go to any location downtown, you could probably find one of their physical programs.
Okay. Easy enough.
Yeah.
So I will see you at the film festival.
Oh, I'll be there.
All right, so will I.